Have you ever made, like, an instant judgment about someone?
Yeah.
Labeled them good guy, bad guy.
Oh, definitely. First impressions.
Right. Only to have something happen, some twist, that just completely flips your whole perception.
Happens all the time. Things are rarely that simple.
Exactly. So today we're doing a deep dive into exactly that, the psychology of motivation, how we judge people, using Noah Sinclair's novel, The Billionaire's Obedience, as kind of our case study here.
A fictional lens on some very real human complexities.
Precisely. And our mission isn't just, to retell the story. We want to really unpack how our own perceptions get shaped.
And what drives people to act in ways that seem, well, contradictory at first glance.
Yeah, what can this story teach us about human nature, about the pressures people are under that we don't see?
Sounds fascinating.
So we're going to look at this initial clash between two, well, polar opposite characters. We'll trace the conflict, the surprising turns it takes.
And how our view of them gets seriously challenged.
Let's get into it. Okay, so first up, we have Dr. Isabella Brooks. She's a trauma surgeon at Mercy Hill Memorial.
And the book really paints her as incredibly dedicated.
Absolutely. Hands-on, relentless. The author uses this phrase, another life saved, another victory against death. That's her mindset.
So the hospital is everything to her.
It's her lifeblood. The source says it's her world, her patients, or her family. It's her purpose, her identity, really.
Okay, got it. The dedicated healer.
Then the complete opposite. John Bennett, billionaire, ruthless.
The classic antagonist setup.
Seems like it. He's described signing contracts like a knife across paper, cutting through someone else's dreams. Just cold, powerful.
And he's involved with the hospital.
He just bought it. Mercy Hill Memorial.
Yeah.
And his plan, not to improve it, not to fund it.
Let me guess.
To tear it down next month, build a luxury hotel instead.
Wow. Okay, so purely transactional, no sentimentality there. What's immediately striking there, I think, is just the sheer contrast. It sets up this expectation, doesn't it? Isabella, all about saving lives, human value, and John, apparently driven solely by profit, seemingly destructive. It's not subtle.
Not at all. It forces you, the reader or listener, to pick a side almost immediately. Hero versus villain.
A very clear initial framing.
So Isabella finds out during a coffee break. The news hits her, the book says, like ice water in her veins.
Just boom, world turned upside down.
Totally. Finds out some billionaire wants to bulldoze her hospital for a hotel. Her mug slips, shatters on the floor.
Symbolic.
Yeah, like her heart, the author writes. And her reaction is instant, just whispers, over my dead body.
The fight is on.
Oh, yeah. And their first meeting, it's electric. John just walks into Mercy Hill.
Like he owns the place.
Well, he does own the place now. That's the thing. Radiating power. Isabella confronts him.
How does that go?
Tense. She describes his eyes as the color of winter storms. Cold, gray, empty. She tells him straight, you can't do this. This hospital saves lives.
A direct challenge.
And his response, utterly freezing, looks at her, it says, like she was dirt on his shoe, asks, and you are.
Oof. Dismissive doesn't even cover it.
Right. She tells him, Dr. Isabella Brooks, head of trauma. He just says, what I do with it is not your concern.
Wow.
Then lands the blow. Just an employee, a replaceable one.
Dehumanizing almost. Reducing her purpose to just a job title he can erase.
But Isabella, she doesn't back down. She asks him, you think money makes you God?
Good question.
And his reply is chilling.
Yes.
Because I can't.
Just owns the arrogance.
Completely. Then he calls her insignificant. A doctor playing hero in a hospital is going to become a parking lot. And the kicker, you don't get to tell kings what kingdoms to burn.
Okay, that's laying down the gauntlet. It's pure power versus perceived powerlessness. This whole interaction, it's so crucial. It's not just about a building anymore, is it? It's fundamentally about their values clashing. Power, purpose, human worth versus financial dominance.
Nailed it. It really sets the stage for everything that follows.
It really does. It frames the conflict in these stark, almost archetypal terms.
And Isabella, even after that verbal assault, she gets the last quiet word, tells him, I'm here to remind you it doesn't. Meaning money doesn't make him God.
Holding her ground.
And later, tells her colleague Lisa her plan. After I destroy him, she's all in.
So she takes action immediately.
Right away. Starts a protest. Just her at first, apparently standing outside Mercy Hill in the rain with a handmade sign, save our hospital.
Grassroots beginning.
Yeah, but it catches on fast, grows from like 50 people to 300 pretty quickly. Then the media shows up.
Ah, so it becomes public.
Big time.
Yeah.
Isabella, soaking wet, voice hoarse, gives this incredibly powerful statement to a reporter.
What does she say?
She talks about the real value, because inside these walls, miracles happen every day. Babies are born, lives are saved, hearts are healed. You can't build that with money.
That's a powerful message. Hits right at the core of the conflict.
And it works. It's all over the news.
And this is really key, isn't it? From a strategic perspective, she's reframing the whole thing. It's not just her fight or the hospital employees' fight.
It's the community's fight.
Exactly. She elevates it beyond a simple business dispute. She taps into shared values, emotion. That's how she starts to counter his power, by building public support.
Meanwhile, John's watching this unfold from his fancy penthouse. Jaw tight. Isabella is, in his view, becoming a problem.
Understatement. She's rallying opposition effectively.
But then we get the first hint that maybe things aren't quite so simple with John.
Oh.
His phone buzzes. It's a text from his uncle, James Anderson, who also happens to be the mayor.
Politics and family pressure.
Yep. The text just says, fix this. Now, but here's the crucial bit the author drops in. James, the uncle, held Robert's secret.
Robert's secret. Who's Robert?
We don't know yet, but the implication is clear. The uncle has leverage over John. Something beyond just money or business.
Interesting. So John's not entirely the free agent he appears to be. There's some hidden pressure.
Seems that way. It complicates that pure villain picture just a little bit.
It definitely adds a layer.
So things escalate.
Yeah.
They end up in a televised debate, head to head.
Okay, prime time confrontation.
John sticks to his script. Cold, logical, business first. Says Isabella is emotional, letting feelings cloud her judgment.
The classic dismissal.
Yep. Says, business isn't about feelings, and then drops this line. Compassion doesn't pay the bills.
Ouch. Playing the pragmatic card hard.
But Isabella fires back, arguing for compassion, for care, and then she goes personal.
How so?
She looks him dead in the eye and says, I think you're scared. I think you're terrified that if you stop being cold and heartless for 5 minutes, you might actually feel something.
Whoa. That's a direct hit on his emotional armor.
It lands. The book describes his mask slipped for just a second. You see something raw and hurt in his eyes.
A crack in the facade.
Just for a moment. He responds quietly, I think you don't know anything about me.
Defensive, but also maybe true.
Maybe. But Isabella gets the last word in the exchange. I know you're the kind of man who destroys beautiful things because you can't create them yourself.
That's brutal.
And John, he just stands up, rips off his mic, walks out of the studio, abruptly ends the debate.
He couldn't handle the personal attack hitting too close to home, perhaps?
Seems like it.
You know, that moment is fascinating because it's the first time we really see that vulnerability in him, that raw and hurt look. It forces us to question. Is his coldness a shield? Is there something else driving him besides greed?
It definitely plants a seed of doubt about his motives.
And it seems to affect Isabella, too, even though she technically won the debate. The text mentions she felt like she'd lost something important seeing that look.
Yeah, maybe seeing that flicker of humanity complicated things for her, too. It wasn't so black and white anymore.
Exactly. That simple hero-villain narrative starts to fray just a little.
It's a really subtle shift, but it sets up what happens next, which is, well, completely unexpected.
Okay, I'm braced.
Tuesday morning, John's leaving his office. Suddenly, a gunshot.
What? Seriously?
Seriously, a bullet flies. But just as it happens, he bends down to pick up a piece of paper he dropped.
No way!
That simple action saves his life. The bullet hits him, but it's not instantly fatal because he moved.
That's incredible. Random chance altering everything.
And here's the kicker, the ultimate irony. Where do they rush him?
Oh, don't tell me.
Mercy Hill Memorial Hospital.
Of course. The very place he was going to destroy.
And guess who's the lead trauma surgeon on call?
It has to be Isabella Brooks.
Dr. Isabella Brooks.
Yeah.
The woman who swore to destroy him operates on him. Gunshot wound to the chest and saves his life.
Wow. Okay. That changes everything. The entire dynamic is flipped on its head. Her professional duty, her oath as a doctor, it just overrides all the personal animosity, the entire public battle.
It has to.
And for John, I mean, talk about vulnerability. He's now completely dependent on the very person he dismissed as insignificant, whose life's work he was about to obliterate.
The power dynamic is utterly reversed.
That's a massive confrontation for him, surely. With his own actions, his own worldview. You can't easily dismiss someone who just literally saved your life.
Their first chat after he wakes up in the ICU. It's intense. He just quietly says, "You saved me."
What does she say back?
She keeps it professional, neutral. It's what I do. I save lives.
Sticking to her role.
But then he asks directly, "Even mine?"
Ah, the loaded question.
And she answers just as directly, "Even yours."
Powerful, acknowledging the history without dwelling on it in that moment.
But the feelings are still there, obviously. The source says she tells him later, when he asks if she still hates him, more than ever.
Honest, at least.
Yeah, but the author notes, her voice is softer now. She tells him she'll take care of him, despite everything.
Why?
Because that's who I am. It comes back to her core identity as a healer. It transcends the personal conflict.
That says a lot about her character. Maintaining her principles, even when it's incredibly difficult personally.
Meanwhile, John has a patient, predictably awful.
Huh. I can imagine. Complaining. Trying to work from the ICU bed.
Exactly. Complaining, demanding, trying to take calls. But Isabella stays professional. And she notices something.
What's that?
His hands. During a checkup, she sees they're calloused.
Calloused on a billionaire who signs deals all day.
Right. It surprises her. Makes her wonder, what did a billionaire do that gave him calluses? It's another little detail that doesn't quite fit the picture she had of him.
Another crack in the assumptions. These little anomalies start to add up.
And then comes the biggest piece of the puzzle. Late one night, Isabella's walking past his room. She overhears him talking to his assistant, Marcus.
Eavesdropping.
Yeah.
Or just happened to overhear.
Just happened to overhear. Marcus is urging John to tell her. And it's clear he means Isabella what happened that night. About someone named Robert.
Robert again. The secret the uncle knew about.
Exactly. John absolutely refuses. He says, Robert is 15 years old. His life is more important than the truth.
15 years old. Okay, so Robert's a kid, and John is protecting him fiercely.
Fiercely. He tells Marcus, just keep Robert safe. That's all that matters.
Wow. Okay, this completely changes the potential motivation, doesn't it?
Totally.
His ruthlessness, the hospital deal, maybe even dealing with his uncle. Could it all be driven by this need to protect Robert? Not by greed at all.
That's the implication.
It introduces this idea of protective altruism, maybe, doing seemingly harsh things for someone else's sake. That coldness could be a defense mechanism.
A way to keep focus on protecting Robert, perhaps?
It certainly challenges that initial judgment we made, that fundamental attribution error, blaming his character rather than considering his situation.
And this new understanding hits Isabella hard, too. Sometime later, she finds John crying. Actually crying late at night.
The billionaire.
Crying.
Yeah. He's on the phone with Robert. His voice is, the novel says, so broken it made Isabella's chest hurt.
Oh, man.
He's reassuring Robert, I won't let anything happen to you, I promise. And then she hears him say, I love you too, Robert, more than anything.
That's incredibly raw. And vulnerable.
It's the absolute turning point for Isabella's perception. She realizes this isn't just the cold tycoon.
It's a father or a guardian. Someone with deep love and fear for this kid.
Exactly. As the author puts it, she sees a man who loves someone so much he was willing to destroy everything to protect them.
Willing to become the villain in everyone else's story to be the hero in Robert's.
That's a great way to put it. She starts to really question if he's even her enemy. Wonders if maybe he's just as trapped as she was.
Her empathy completely shifts once she understands the why behind his actions. It's a profound change. So looking back at these excerpts, we've gone on quite a journey. From Isabella and John as these absolute adversaries.
Black and white, hero and villain.
To this incredibly complex, nuanced relationship where all forced by circumstance and unfolding secrets, the person she swore to destroy ends up being the patient she saves.
Which forces her and us to look past that initial public facade.
Right.
And if we zoom out, connect this to the bigger picture, it's such a powerful illustration of how misleading initial judgments can be, right? We see actions, but we rarely see the full context, the hidden burdens.
Absolutely.
Things like love, fear, protection. These intensely personal motivations can drive behavior that looks purely negative or destructive on the surface. It really argues for, pausing before we slap labels on people.
Couldn't agree more. So what does this all mean? I think it's a reminder that even actions that seem totally cold or villainous might stem from something deeply human and relatable.
It really blurs those neat lines we like to draw between good and bad people. Human behavior is just messy, complicated. It's so true. Which leads to maybe a final thought for everyone listening.
Go on.
How differently might we see someone's controversial actions? Maybe someone in the public eye, or even someone in our own lives. If we knew the full story, if we understood their hidden pressures, their deeper reasons.
And what does that tell us about how quick we sometimes are to judge, based on just, well, snapshots of information?
Exactly. Definitely something to chew on. Maybe with a bit more appreciation for the layers we don't always get to see.